Hey you, welcome back. I'm Nat from Nat's Numbers, also known as the numerology chick over on Instagram, and today I'm doing a crash course in the real meaning behind seeing repeating numbers. So if you or someone you know is seeing 1111, 222, 516, right, you name it, on clocks, receipts, license plates, this is your red pill moment, okay? In this video, you're gonna have everything that you need to step into spiritual transformation and to create your best life. I'm going to be covering the 2 dangerous myths or misunderstandings about seeing repeating numbers that can totally poison your spiritual journey. And I'm also going to be covering the 2 deeper magical reasons that you are seeing repeating numbers and what it means about you and your reality. Okay, so if you like this video, if you want more of this content, please share it with friends, like, and subscribe. Now, let's dive in. A lot of energy is put into the specific meaning behind numbers, right? So if you type in, why am I seeing 1111 or 222, you'll go to these websites and have lists as long as your arm of the meaning and the descriptions of angel numbers, which is awesome. But what is an absolute travesty is in doing so and going right into decoding the specific meaning, we bypass the most powerful and fundamental reasons that this phenomena is existing in the first place. Okay, so this video is what you must watch before you go and dive into decoding any of those repeating numbers that you're seeing in your life. I guarantee that this information is going to give you the tools that you need to be able to deepen your connection to your own personal power and to your cosmic best friend. Okay. So before I dive into these 4 main points that I discussed before, I want to talk about something that's really important, and it's about you. It's about a theme that I've seen with people like you and I who see repeating numbers. I noticed this really early on. Every single person that sees repeating numbers seems to share something in common. We are deep, intelligent people who started out being super spiritual, okay? We started out believing in the wonder and splendor of the great beyond. But then something happened, right? Then something happened. Then what happened was we were injured in some way spiritually. And we became disillusioned and jaded. Maybe we confronted corruption and dogma in a religious tradition, or even in the spiritual New Age movement, which, by the way, is as wrought with corruption as anything else. And because of that, we shut down our connection to our cosmic best friend, to the divine, to source. And justifiably so, right? You said to yourself, listen, I'm not going to walk through this doorway if things don't add up, if things don't make sense, if it feels that developing a relationship with that bigger and greater energy is somehow making me less honorable, making me feel that I'm not doing the right thing. So you shut down your heart and you said no, and you turned away. But here's the thing. This infinite field of energy, right? Source, the place that you came from, the place that you'll go back to when you're done here, the only way it could reach you, because you shut your heart down, was via the intellect, your left logical brain, the numbers. So what we all share in common is that we initially believed in the spiritual power and magic of this reality. We got injured and we shut down that door out of honor. And seeing repeating numbers is a sign that we are ready to develop a spiritual connection on our own terms. So if that resonated, comment below and let me know. But now let's dive into the nitty-gritty of why you are seeing repeating numbers and the reasons you're seeing repeating numbers that are not true, okay? So let's talk about the myths. One of the most common myths that I've heard is that seeing repeating numbers or specific sequences means that something bad is going to happen, that it could be a bad omen. All right? It's the idea that there are bad numbers, and this is absolutely bonkers. And if you want a more in-depth reason of why this is, you can go back to my previous video, What is Numerology? So you can learn more about what numbers are, right? Numbers are the beautiful fingerprints of God. Numbers are the fundamental puzzle pieces of reality. They're tools that we can use to build our best life or not. but there are no bad numbers. This is a very old, sort of archaic historical belief that is based on the premise that we are a victim to powers and forces outside of us, right? It's like that concept of being superstitious. Being superstitious is the false perception of causality. It's the idea that this thing out here is what is creating this over here, but they're absolutely not linked at all. So it's actually the opposite of what you're thinking. Seeing repeating numbers isn't the sign that something bad is happening to you or something bad is going to happen to you. It isn't a sign that there's a bigger and greater energy that you're a victim of, okay? It's actually a sign that there's a bigger and greater energy that's reaching out to you. And this is the perfect segue into the first fundamental reason that you are seeing repeating numbers. You're having a spiritual awakening. Now that sounds cheesy. I know it sounds cheesy, but when I say a spiritual awakening, what I mean by that is that you are waking up from the matrix. You're waking up from the idea that this is just this, Newtonian world where globs of atoms are running into each other. No. In these moments when you're seeing repeating numbers, there's this feeling inside your being that there is a bigger and greater intelligent field of energy that is all around you, right? You know that you're not alone, and you know that there's more to this reality than just this. You're having a spiritual awakening. Your cosmic best friend is reaching out its hand and saying you don't have to go this alone. You don't have to go it alone, being who you are, going for your dreams, trying to create the life that you want to create. I am here for you. All right. Let's talk about the second myth and misunderstanding of seeing repeating numbers. You're going to love this one. This is a really juicy one. So it's the idea that when you see repeating numbers, it's a sign that you are on the right path and that you're in alignment. And this is something that I see a lot on Pinterest and Instagram, right? It'll say like, if you see 222, 1111, it's a sign like, keep going, don't give up. And those are absolutely beautiful messages, but they're not accurate, okay? Seeing repeating numbers isn't a blanket yes. And I want to give you an example so that you'll really understand what I mean here. A lovely young woman contacted me, and she was on cloud 9 because she had the most enchanting moment with seeing repeating numbers. She had just had this romantic rendezvous with the man of her dreams, and she gets into the car and she sees on the clock it's 2:22. And she's saying that, oh my gosh, this is the universe saying, I finally found my dream guy, the man that I've been dreaming about since I was a little girl. I am on the right path. Things are finally breaking through. I am being supported by something bigger and greater. Just keep going, open up, be vulnerable. This is him. The backstory, the man that she had just saw was her married boss. Okay, so this is why this idea that numbers are a blanket yes is a dangerous myth on your spiritual journey, because what it does is it perpetuates this false belief that there's an energy outside of you that's either approving or disapproving of what you're doing. And the reason that this is dangerous, gosh, it is so dangerous. The reason that it's dangerous is because by believing in this, you are no longer accountable or responsible. You no longer have the duty to be an honorable person, right? Because there's something outside of you that's saying yes or no. This is why there can be some wacky people who are doing some shady things who see repeating numbers. Is it because there's some divine energy that's saying yes, like keep doing your shady stuff? No. When you see repeating numbers, you're waking up to the knowing. This is the second deeper reason that you're seeing repeating numbers. You're waking up to the knowing that not only are you having a spiritual awakening, not only are you waking up from the matrix and realizing that there is this field of energy that's responding to you, that is there for you, but this field of energy, it mirrors you. It is a co-creative relationship that you have, right? So it isn't this passive energy that's out there in the ethers. It's right here. It's within you. You're swimming in it. And it gives you this incredible gift of free will. You get to decide when you wake up in the morning what it is that you're focused on, paying attention to, what it is that you want to create, whether you're conscious of it or not, right? You get to decide what you do with this incredible field of energy. So seeing repeating numbers is a sign that there is an infinite field of energy. Number one, you're not alone. Number two, it is a sign that this field of energy is responding to you. It's matching you. It's mirroring you. It is calling you to be a responsible, accountable, honorable co-creator in your life. And these points are very important because, again, you and I, we do not want to be involved in a tradition, a belief system that does not have these components in it of being accountable, being responsible, right? We want to create a connection to our cosmic best friend on our own terms. One that feels true, one that feels good, one that feels in alignment. And that is what you are being prompted to do. You're being prompted to be an honorable philosopher and spiritualist on your journey. You're being prompted to be an empowered co-creator with your cosmic best friend. So, what do you do now? Where do you go from here? All right, I'm going to give you some really simple action steps. One of the first things that you need to do is you need to develop a spiritual practice. You're having a spiritual awakening, but it requires your participation. You have to be friends with this infinite intelligent, with this amazing energy. So when you wake up in the morning, find a quiet moment to close your eyes and to talk to your cosmic best friend, your creator, source. It might be meditation, it might be prayer, it might be a little bit of yoga. If you sign up for my newsletter, you can get a beginner's guide to the zero, which is source. And I share with you the 3 to 5 minute ZPF technique that I do every morning to talk with and co-create with my cosmic best friend. But the key here is to let that infinite field of energy know what it is that you want and what's on your heart, right? I want a partnership. I want a relationship where I'm cherished, I'm treasured, where that person's committed to me, devoted to me, wants to be my best friend for life. Say it, speak it, and then ask for signs and messages from that place of being the responsible, honorable, accountable co-creator, right? I want to be abundantly paid for my genius, for doing the things that I was born to do. And from that place, then translate those messages. So create a spiritual practice in the morning. And then the messages, the numbers, the symbols that you see, decode them from that place, because from that place, that beautiful cosmic best friend will be communicating with you and sending messages on what you need to be doing, what you need to be embodying to make that dream come true. Now, if you want help in decoding the specific messages after you start to develop a best friend connection with the divine, I'll put a link in the description box to an audio program that I developed, The Meaning of Repeating Numbers. I reveal how to decode any repeating number that you will see for the rest of your life. And I believe it's on sale right now for $47. So check it out. But if all that you did was develop this spiritual practice in the morning, you're going to see amazing, amazing results and miracles just from that. All right, guys, I'm so grateful that you're here. Please let me know what kind of future videos that you want to see. I'll be posting one video every week about numerology, spirituality, and about being honorable, accountable spiritualists on our co-creative journey.